Or it's going that way. Hey y'all, I know nobody's on yet, but if you're watching the replay, if you will please follow and not just like. That way it'll notify you when I go live. But let me make me where I'm a little bit brighter. And look at Sherry, said she's gonna be back on the top. Okay. We are gonna do a Christmas craft again. Said I wasn't, but I told you I'd get excited. Alright, and I'm going to go over some of the supplies we're going to have. Wish I really knew the name of these little trees. Let me see. And you can get them anywhere, because that is really like a, kind of like a broomstick. I mean, that's straw. What they're called?
Bottle brush.
Bottle brush trees. Hi. See, I have an expert here, y'all. A sidekick. Okay, and they're different sizes. You can get these at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, I'm sure Dollar General. Haven't seen any at the Dollar Tree except the little tiny ones, which I would suggest grab because they're perfect in little tiny things. Hey Mama. Hey from Arkansas. And Mahela. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the supplies we're going to use tonight. Found the cutest little tobacco baskets at Hobby Lobby Monday. So cute. The regular $8, so they were $4. Everything was 50% off. And I bought two that said Joy and one that says Noel, but I'm going to change these. But I want to say it might have had something else. I don't think a big word like believe or whatever, but it was. I think there were 3 different kinds. But I'm going to use 3 tonight. I got to set these supplies as I show them to you. It's little different wooden ornaments. I got this at Walmart, and it comes with, I think there's like 5 sets of these different ornaments, and they were only like maybe $2.98, so $3. Jennifer could have made me those, but I have not been able to go see her. I have been so busy after work. Okay, so I've got this big one that I got at Hobby Lobby. And like I said, they're not expensive at all. This one might have been like $9, but everything was 50% off. A big one, we're not going to use this one, but I'll just show you how they always have different levels of trees. Like this one was, you know, $8, so it was just $4. But they have all different sizes. But we're going to use this bigger one. And I actually took it off the block because I think I want to put it on one of these little blocks, these little round blocks. Now these are not the ones that you can get from Dollar Tree. They came from Hobby Lobby because theirs are just slightly different. Bigger. So let me put this bit back on here. Put it in my tray where it goes. Okay. We're going to use some paint, but at Hobby Lobby also they had these little packs of 3, which were $6. I got them for $3, so you think $1 a piece. They had different little groups of colors. I really like this little neutral color, and this is another pack. I threw the pack away because I think these are the ones I'm going to use tonight. But it's really an off-white one like the other one. It's truly off-white. On camera it looks white, but it's really off-white. A black one, and then like really a frosted green one. So I'm going to put those to the side. I'm just trying to make room because the background of our craft tonight is going to be really big. Hey, Lynn from Pensacola, my husband tested positive for COVID. We are going to rest 10 days. Well, Lynn, I hope you're up on your craft supplies and then you'll get all kind of crafting done. I think that would be the only positive if I tested positive for COVID is I could stay home and craft. And, you know, then I wouldn't have to feel bad if I wasn't going anywhere and doing anything. But if I got sick from it, now that would be pretty bad. But I have a few friends that have tested positive, but they never got sick. So hopefully, if that happens to me, it'll be me. I won't get sick. Because we have older people to take care of in our family, so Chris and I cannot really afford to get sick. All right, we are going to put our wall hanger in this frame. What this is, and I tell y'all all the time that I like to reclaim things that I've already used. This was the wooden part of a canvas. I can't remember if it was I or Buffy. We had started a picture and we really didn't like it. And sometimes when you put oil, you can't paint over oil with acrylic. If it was acrylic, you could put oil over it, but not the other way around. So if we have something that has oil on it, I just took the canvas off. I didn't even bother, if you can see a little bit, the staples are still on the back. So I just took the canvas off and I kept the frame, which works out perfect for what I want to do. Now, I started to go in there and get a piece of my poster board because I just need to have a background. But I had these paint sticks that I had made like a tray looking thing out of them, and I just weren't using them together, so I had to pull it apart. And so what I'm going to do, and you see some of the little background pieces are steel, and I cut the handles off of them down to the size I need. So I'm just going to leave that on the back because you really won't see those. And I'm going to line them up. And hold on, I've got to do the ugly side up top so I'll be able to glue them together. And I'm just going to alternate them a little bit. They are probably about 1/2 inch too short for the little curve at it, but I'm still going to use them. I think it'll still look rustic and you won't really pay attention to it once you get it all done. And I know it's a little hard to explain what I'm going to do, but in just a minute you'll be able to tell. And this has got like a big piece left on it, but I don't want to break the wood, so I'm not really going to care that it keeps that piece on the back, because I'm just going to put another stick on them. And I need it to go all the way across my canvas, but like I said, y'all, I had planned to use my poster board. So poster board, you know, would go behind this grate. You can color it with a piece of scrap paper. What I have is a little bit bigger than scrap paper, but you know, the back of, what do you call it, wrapping paper would do. Like this paper that I always use right here would make a great background. It's already rusted looking. It's like old grocery store bags. And let's see if I've gotten enough so far to put in my canvas, and I'm pretty sure I have almost one too many. So let me take this one that doesn't have anything on it, and there we go. We're going to be perfect. Now I'm going to take my glue gun and just glue it all together with my little paint sticks. I could use another of these gallon, but I hate really to waste these gallon paint sticks on the background like this, because these, even though sometimes they're not straight, they make the perfect little. And I'm going to put it towards the center because I don't want it to affect when I'm gluing that together. Okay, so I'm okay. Now it's a little bit longer, so I'm going to stagger these glue sticks when I put them together, so it'll grab every one of them and hold every one of them together close. Alright, I've got another one right here, and I'm just going to stagger it on this other, well, this is one of the 5 gallon I cut off this way. Hold on, let me grab one more paint stick. Alright, hey from Summertown, Tennessee. Alright, Tennessee. Alright, somebody from Georgia. That is so awesome. Alright. I know I need a glue stick. And this, I'm going to stain it all together. Well, not really stain it. I'm going to whitewash it all together. And this stick is not straight. Gray. Because my little tobacco baskets, the little tiny ones that I showed you when we were going to start that I got, are a gray color. And this probably maybe we'll just do a little white, but I definitely want the corner part to be, the edge part to be the gray like the baskets. Because maybe if I did the background a gray, it wouldn't. And this one I'm going to stagger on the other side. Yeah, I'm telling you, these paint sticks, little tiny ones, I don't know if it's the cheap ones I bought. They are not straight. None of them are. Got some little ends I cut off. I'm probably gonna just make it as secure as I can. I don't trust those other ones to hold it together because they're uneven. Okay. All right, so here we go. The glue mixed in my paper a little bit, okay? So here we are right here. And I'm just gonna put a little whitewash on there. I probably really don't have to, but everything else is, so let's put a little whitewash on it. Get my little cloth out so when I whitewash it, I won't have so much paint on my hands. Hey from Arkansas. Then we have somebody from Florida. Oh my gosh, thank y'all so much for watching live. I love it when we're on here live and I'm not crafting alone, because thank you so much for the hearts. Okay, so here is this, and we've already checked it, but we can check it again. It's gonna fit under my frame good. I'm just probably gonna hot glue it and put a little bit of E6000 on it for extra protection, because I don't really know for sure if I'm gonna hang this. I'm not really a hanger. I like to either prop it up or make them somehow stand up. But I am gonna put a hanger on it so we'll have that option. Okay, so that's gonna fit fine. So I am going to go ahead and whitewash it first. We can dry it a little bit, that's no big deal. So our paint and E6000 and everything will still, and I'm getting low on this, I'm trying to use it. I'm gonna put lots of water on this so it'll go far. And kind of like with our antiquing last night, if you really want a good whitewash, do put a lot of water on it, but also wipe it down. You know, just like you would like a stain. It just gives you that whitewashed look where you can still see the grains through it, but it's gonna be white. So let me do that really quick on each one. But the outside we're gonna do gray so it'll match our. And I was going back to fall. I really brought these out with the intentions on putting something fall in these tobacco baskets, so I can show you what I mean for somebody that may just still be looking for Thanksgiving craft or still looking for fall craft, because I'm gonna put a big tree on it, so I don't think mine could be universal unless I kind of at least took it back apart on what I'm doing, because the main part I'm going to put that big tree on one side. But you could easily put like maybe a sprig of some kind, floral, for Halloween. Fall. Gosh, I'm messing it up tonight, my words. And put maybe little pumpkins in each one of the tobacco baskets that we're going to use. Okay, let me get me some more water. I don't know, sometimes I go through this thing where I love everything just a washed paint, where it's just not so stark. I'm trying to think, am I getting this on my clothes? I have bought, I always like to wear black leggings, so at least trying to keep about 3 pair, but I had to go buy 3 other pair because I had gotten paint all over all my other ones, and I'm thinking if I don't start putting those ones back on, I have to paint on them. I'm just going to get paint on all the ones that I bought. Okay, let me wipe that down a little bit. And here you go, I'll show you kind of like what we're looking at so far. See how this is still has wood, and then you can see the wood grain, but it just has that slight whitewash on it. And some of them are getting more paint than other ones, and that's kind of the beauty of it, is that they're never going to be exactly alike. And plus, this whitewashing makes your paint, this chalk paint, go a lot further, because it just, what raw wood can really soak it up. Okay. All right, so let's take a little bit of that water off, and we're going to do the same thing to the frame, except I'm going to use a gray. And once again, I think I might have found some gray, but I wasn't sure about it, so we may have to mix our own black and white up, but it worked just fine the other night, so I wasn't going back to the store for just one thing. And I go to the store, y'all, every day. Get a little bit of that excess water off. All right, so there we go. Just that fast. We got like a whitewash. You can still see a lot of the wood grain. This one right here in the center, you know, looks a little bit lighter. Some of them just look different colors, and I really like that. Oh my gosh, from Ohio. Where are you in Georgia? I am in Waynesburg, Georgia. It's right below, maybe about 20 minutes below Augusta, where the Masters will be next week. Okay, so we're going to put this to the side, y'all, and I just thought I wanted to show you something before I forget about it. Last night, I told you I would show you about, yeah, I don't know if this water is clean enough. It's got fingerprints all over it, so I wanted to shine it back up for you. Okay, we decoupaged one of our gift sacks, gift bags, the cloth. It's almost like a real cute linen cloth on a glass plate. And I let everything dry. Here we are right here. I wanted you to see just how clear that is. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is just to cut. And I can look right here. I've got one place that I may have to touch it up, but I'm thinking that's really about it. I'm just going to go around and trim the side. I should have did this very first thing when I came on, but I just put it to the side, not want to put any more fingerprints on it. And y'all, once it's just kind of hard and dry, it really is easy to cut. You don't have to worry about the ends, because it's so, what do you call that, like almost like beveled or something on the end, that you don't see the fabric edge at all, even if you had like a little jagged piece. Okay, that simple. And so there we are at the top. Hold on, I got a little piece unraveling, but there we are. So we got our plate. We have no like little marks on them. Everything dried good. No like cloudy places, but remember I used the matte Mod Podge. I don't really know what gloss would do, but they turned out super, super cute. So I got one down. I'm going to do 3 more like this. And then the other sack that came with this is like this sand color and red, almost like a stripe. And I'm going to do my other 4 plates like that. So that way I'm not going to have all my plates exactly the same. They'll go together in color, but they won't be exactly alike. So don't forget to try this. These are at the Dollar Tree, and wherever you get your fabric from, you can just change it. And like I said, if I were to I could actually peel this off and do another one. Like next Christmas, if I find some more material that I love, but I don't want to go back out and buy 8 more plates, I can just take this off. And you can eat off them. I would not suggest putting them in the dishwasher. I don't know how that fabric would hold up to the dishwasher. But it really did well when I washed them in the sink, because I actually used my lemon plates. Okay. Let me see. I found a little tiny gray. I dropped it. And it's almost kind of like a whitewash color. I mean, a gray wash color. It's really light. Let me see. It's called Silver Lining. Let me make sure it's not silver. Because if not, we'll have, if so, we'll have to make our own. Maybe, I hope it's just a silver color. Let's see. No, it's just a silver color. So it's not any kind of metallic or anything. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. Just like with the white, I'm going to water my brush down really good. Let me get my frame over here. I'm just going to make it this gray. And the reason why I'm making it this gray is because we're going to use these little tiny tobacco baskets that I got. And it's a gray color. Maybe it's a little bit darker than this, but it has like a rustic gray highlight all in it. It's not like a solid color. So we'll do this around the frame, and I'm going to do inside and out and on the side. And I'm just doing it with the same brush because, that white, doesn't hurt it as far as, giving it the color I want, because it's just going to be a wash. All right, so I'm going to paint the whole side before I wipe it. Okay, and the inside. Take this, just kind of rub it down. We can also take and rub some of our antiquing on that we used on the other. And see, it's just a gray, but it's just not really bright, dark, or anything. It's just a slight little wash. So let me do all sides of this, and we will glue them together. Let's see, the plate came out so nice. What did you use? I used a gift sack that I got from Walmart. It's probably around, I would say, the medium size. They had one that was $5 that came just one. And then you had, for $5, $4.97, it came with 3. A little tiny one and 2, it came with 3 different sizes. That is the size that I used for my plate. I just cut it apart and I decoupaged it onto the back of the plate, just like you would a napkin if you've ever decoupaged anything. But I left, you see how I left the material whole, because it just makes it cutting it. You're not measuring out, and it's a little bit stiffer once it dries, so you don't have like jagged edges and uneven fabric. It's just a lot stiffer and easier to cut the edges. So I let it dry just the 24 hours because we did it on last night's live. And I told everybody last night we would cut it tonight so you could see that, it really, the longest thing it took you was to dry. Because, we just put Mod Podge all over the plate, and make sure you use matte Mod Podge. I don't really know what gloss Mod Podge would do, but I'm thinking it would make like a milky layer on it. But we put Mod Podge all over the back of the plate, the part you don't eat off of. Set it face down. Cut our material, centered our material. Then we put Mod Podge and soaked the fabric with water and Mod Podge really good. Doesn't have to be thick, it just has to be really wet. And then you just set it to the side and let it dry. And then I'll have, you know, some new Christmas plates that I didn't have to go out and pay a lot of money for. And then you can control what they are. Like I said last night when we were doing it, I like a lot of napkins and things out there, but when it comes to the plates, for some reason, I just really like the cloth a lot more. It's a lot bolder because you don't see through it. I mean, and I shouldn't say that the ones that are Mod Podge with a napkin are ugly. They're not. They're just not for me. They're just a little too see-through. And I think it's supposed to give the illusion of like a stained glass, but it doesn't to me. Alright, so our last side, and I'm just going to wipe it down. And because there's not a lot of paint on it, I'm not going to mind keep working. I'm going to make sure this is dry. I have my dryer. I think I see one spot, but I really want to make sure the edges are good and dry because I'm going to put hot glue on them. So let me push reset on this first, and I thought I already did that. I didn't, obviously. Okay. But the plates turned out, they're going to turn out really, really pretty. On the plate, okay, hold on, you asked me a question and I've lost it. The plate came out so nice. What did you use, Addie? On the plate, I used the sack and I decoupaged it on the back of. What we doing? I almost missed you. Didn't hear you. Little notification name. All right, Sheila, I'm so glad that you didn't miss me. Good evening, newbie from Ohio. I'm so glad. We are making a sign. All I did so far, I took this loose from a canvas, just an old canvas from pictures. I mean, if you ever come across those canvases in like the dollar, like a, what do you call them, Goodwill or something like that, I always pick them up because even like a canvas this size at Walmart can run you $3 or $4, and then you maybe can get it for $1, or at a yard sale for a quarter or something. Because to take them apart, you always have this little cute little wood frame that can just even be the background of another frame. All right, so we whitewashed after we put our 5-gallon glue sticks together. But like I said, at first I was just going to use poster board because the background, I wouldn't even have minded if it just stayed plain white. But since it was wood, I just didn't want the wood color, so that's why we whitewashed it. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of E6000, but I'm also going to just mainly hot glue this together. The E6000 is just kind of a reassurance if it's something that's going to be inside and you're never going to take it out, because in this Georgia heat, it feels so wonderful here this week. But according to the Weather Channel, I think it's supposed to get back up into the 80s next week. Okay. And I'm going to have to do this really fast so my glue doesn't dry. E6000, when you're putting it on here, you don't have to do it fast because it's going to take, I always say give it 24 hours. I'm not really sure exactly on the hours, but giving it, yeah, allow 24 hours to, you know, to really cure all the way. So I'm just going to put E6000, I'm going to dot it every so often. I don't have to use that much. I'm probably using way too much as it is. Probably could use some on each corner and it wouldn't even happen. And then this just makes like your forever bond on it. And my hot glue is gonna hold it enough for us to work with it tonight. That's why if you ever watch other crafters and stuff, we put 2 sets of glue on it. It's because we want one so we can work with it now and one for it to secure kind of forever. So my glue gets really hot, so I probably can actually have a little bit more time than most do. But I still have to do this fairly fast, and I'm probably only going to get about one chance to, oh my gosh, and there's places I'm going to be able to see the glue. All right, so I'll have to fix that. I made it to just about the correct size, so let me get maybe a little piece of this to help me get some of this glue up. The E6000 will be okay, but the hot glue is not gonna want to be my friend. Y'all always think I always know how to fix mistakes. I guess since I'm working with like snow, I could take some of my faux snow and do around the edge. That would fix some of the problem. But this is coming up because I'm kind of pushing it down in the corner. And like I said, the E6000 is coming right up, so we're okay. One little part right there on the glue, and it came up. Okay, we fix that side is okay. But one little place right there, and then this part. Okay, so here we go. And once this glue dries right here really good, I can, well, there we go. If I can get my fingernail under it, I could take it up. Let's see if I can grab it with this. If I could just grab it, I think it would peel right up. No. Alright, I'll get my pinchers out and be able to grab that. But I'm going to turn it over on the back, y'all, and I'm going to put some extra hot glue on it just to secure it. The back is really not pretty because I'm using old crafting project pieces that either I started something and didn't like it, or just doing demonstrations on something. I glued them together and I already had one of the projects. Okay. Alright, so let me put my supplies up. The gray. And now we can get to what our project will be after we've made the frame. Okay. Alright, so here we are. It is, hold on, get some of these little webs off of it. Okay, so here we are. It's just a frame, has the gray on the outside and just a whitewash sticks on the inside. And what we're gonna do is make like a tree forest. I got this tree at Hobby Lobby. I really love the base, even though this is really light. The base is really thick, and we're gonna set it on the tree on this side like so. But I just feel like the base is gonna stick out so far, and it's such a pretty base that I didn't want to use it and really wish that I had something else. So I grabbed my little wire cutters and I just started, it actually unscrewed and came right off. So I'm able to save this base, and we're going to make a lot of little trees, different kind of trees, kind of like this, out of different material. So I'll be able to save this base for another one. Now I got several of the bases. We use these all the time from the Dollar Tree that we get. Well, Hobby Lobby has the same kind of things. They come in a little pack, just like they do at the Dollar General, except these are a little bit bigger. And they actually had several sizes in here. This one almost sticks out as far as that one, so I didn't want to get something that big. They actually have one that is as big as this one, and I love this little birch pieces. But it just, once again, I just think this is perfect for something that if you're going to set up. But we just need it to have a base, really just for show, because the tree is going to stick to the base. So I really picked this one out. Yeah, this is the one I did. And I think I'm going to have to, but that way it gives the illusion that it's got a cute little base. And you can always stack them up. Like if I wanted it to be thicker, but yet still smaller, I could take this one and put it under 2, which I do like that, and I may try that. Because when it sits on the board, like so, you know, it really, the base is just gonna be a decoration. So I'll keep both of those out and set the base. When I saw that this base would be too big, I thought about getting the smaller one out, but it just doesn't go tall enough for this. I love the fact that this one is going to go to the top. You know, actually we'll probably do it a little where it's a little bit above here, like so. So, and on the other side we'll have that on one side, and we're going to take these and we're going to put these 3 on here on the other side, like so, which we'll actually do them straight up and down because I'm not going to use the words that are inside. So this will be on this part here, and this is going to be on the other side. And it's kind of like a little tree forest. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways I decided it, but I think I like the trees a whole lot better. All right, here are the other pieces that's going to go to it. When we first started, I was going to paint over these little, they're not, I think they're supposed to look like metal, but they're actually a piece of cardboard in them. Ah! Just throwing things around. Piece of cardboard in them that have Joy, Noel, and I was just going to paint over those words because I was going to do a J at the top here, just a large J, a snowflake in the center, that's going to be the O, and then paint over this, and I would do a Y. So not only would it be Joy over here on all 3 of those, and I'll take the little hanging tags off, and then we'll have our tree on this side. But the more I looked at these little trees, I think I'm just going to paint this background to take the word out and put these different trees in them. Like I really like this color. I like the black, and they're just really neutral colors. This will be a really neutral craft because I'm going to take this red out. But, and I think I ended up just liking that so much better than just Joy. Because there's another craft that I have for a J, and that I think will turn out better than this one. But I thought these trees, that maybe instead of using the black, since a lot of things, we did something last night that had black in it, we would use these other colors. And I've got to decide on 3 from this set, and then I'll put 3 back in here since I threw away the other box. So we're not going to use that this time. All right, I think I really just like this blush color. It's really popular, this color. It goes really good with this blue, and I really like the white. I definitely want to use the white because the big tree is white to kind of tie them into each other. So instead of using these colors, which, you know, is still a black one, and it's still 2 different color greens, which I'll keep for another craft, and they're really pretty, we're going to use these 3 colors. So right now what I've got to do is take off the little backgrounds here that say Joy and Noel, because that red will just stand out. I thought about trying to pull these off, but I did not want to break it like a tag and have all kind of old pieces on here. And I definitely did not want to break. See, I'm scared that it's going to break them. I mean, this is real wicker, you know, like a little basket's made out of, and I really think it would break it if I tried to take it out. So I think what I'm going to do is just put a good white over the top of it, a chalk white, and I may have to do a couple layers to cover up that red paint. And like I said, to be such a cute basket, the word in it is just kind of on a piece of cardboard. I mean, and it come from Hobby Lobby. Sometimes their stuff, I mean, their stuff never usually looks kind of, I mean, like that. Like I said, it's just a piece of paper, but darn if they didn't glue it in there good. So real quick, we are just going to take some white, and I'm not going to whitewash these because it's got to be pretty thick to cover up these red letters. And usually white is the same color. I guess you could add another color in here if you wanted to, but I don't want anything to take away from the real pretty colors. I want the colors of the little Christmas tree to be what stands out. But real quick before I paint over these, what I wanted to tell you is I really started off, and I told you I wanted to do a fall craft tonight. I started off with, you know, I was going to do some kind of sprig, like a artificial little, gosh, what do you call them? Pick, like a, you know, a wreath pick that was really fall, like a eucalyptus. And you could kind of make it look like a tree. You could get like a real little piece of tree, and I could have put the little bark in here, you know, get a branch from outside. Ooh, just a branch with no leaves on it would be perfect. And we have all kind of pumpkins. I wish I had one small enough real close to me that you could put a pumpkin in each one of these. Those little, what do you call them, hay bales that you get from the Dollar Tree. You could make this a fall hanger, which would be just as cute. But the more I looked at these trees that I got this Monday at Hobby Lobby, I just knew I wanted to use it. So that's why we're stuck doing another Christmas thing tonight. And that's what I was thinking. A wine quart would work too. Yes, wine quarts would work awesome. If you have a hairdryer or a heat gun, use that to melt the glue. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll do that at the end because there's just a couple places that I think that it won't peel off really good, but that is a great idea. Thank you. See, we all just helping each other out. And this is already pretty much a stark white, so I guess I could just cover over the letters, but and the tree is going to be in front of it, so I think we could just get away with one coat because that's coating it pretty fast. But as it dries, it'll let me know if I'm going to get away from and the joy that I was going to do, just the J, the O, and you could just do that down the center of this. Perfect craft. If you have a smaller frame, these things are so cute. And like I said, they were on sale for, what did we say that they ended up? They were like $8, so it was 50% off, so I got them for $4 a piece. And y'all, that's I mean, these really are like wicker. They're not like a plastic or anything like that. It really is a cute little ornament. You could just stick them in your tree. You could put different things in them as an ornament. Or if you just had a small frame and you put one in the center, that would be good. But y'all know how I am about having to have something real big. I have 10-foot ceilings. I have to cover them up with something. All right. So I love this. And I love the fact that they're such good qualities. Like, I mean, next year, 2 years from now, if I wanted to make it something else, I could just pull these baskets off, pull this tree off. I could change this up totally. That's really the only difference to me sometimes with using better quality craft material, is that when you reuse them, it doesn't look like you're reusing them, because they're already a good material. And they have metal little hooks in them at the top that you could put like a little bead. I don't know if you can really see that really well. Like the little metal hook that's in the top of it. But you could put like a bead garland at the top, and y'all, that one you really can't see through. The Joy, you can see it just a little bit. But, so we'll put just a little bit more on just the letters. And I think that's going to be all she needs. Okay. All right, so while that's drying, I'm going to figure out exactly where I want them. I'm going to do it, let me see which the best. Is that like here facing up, or is that? Okay. All right, I'm going to put this one there. Y'all, you can get out and measure them if you want to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to eyeball it. Let's see, my tree over here. Let's see. Okay. We'll put just a good bit in the middle in case I ever want to take this off. Alright, let me put this one down here, and then I'm going to put the center, the one in the center. Okay. Alright, and the last one. Okay. Make sure that is in there really well, and we'll figure out our little trees. All right, so I think they're on there. So here we are so far. We just have our little tree boxes, is what I guess I'm just going to refer to them, over there, and then our big tree will be over here. All right, let's see. I'm going to hold it up for just a second to see what makes it look natural in where the tree would go. Okay. Oh, and now I've got to see which one the tree is going to look, what colors are going to look good where. I think I want this pretty little blush color. I just love that in the center. But I'm thinking the green is... No, I like the blush in the center, I think. Nope, I'm going to put the green up top. I'm really not this picky, y'all. Okay. The only one I really know is I want the blush one to go in the center. Okay. Give me just a second and I'll let you see it. All right, if you have what if you use the gray? Did I have the gray? Instead of the white, I'm thinking that maybe I don't like the green. Did I have a gray one? It kind of sort of looks gray. Okay. Yeah, this is gray. Maybe a way I was looking at it. Look at y'all just helping me. I know I like the white for whatever reason. Even though I have a white one over there, you think I'm going to use Okay. I think it's too dark over here if I'd used the green too. Okay, that has the gray on it. Or this is that like teal-y color. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. What if you use the gray? Y'all, I don't know. I really like this teal. I think I'm just stuck on the color, but I like the way that looks too. All right, let's see with the tree up here. Let's see. Move it into so I can see it. Okay, and then put the gray in here. And I think I like the gray, even though y'all, I love this teal. The teal. Okay, everybody's saying teal. Okay, so we're using the teal. Okay. All right, let me put this one back up. I want to make another one just like it. Maybe I can make two on the same side. And put the teal on the other one. Okay. So, I'm going to set this back up so I can set the little tree where it'll set straight up. And these are on wire, so you kind of can manipulate. I really don't want to do it, but I'll show you. Like if you wanted to have like a little weeping top, or if you wanted them not to sit straight up, to kind of, that one probably came in the box with a little bit of character to it. I like that. They're not so straight up, but you can make them go, because earlier I grabbed this one a little too tight, and you can kind of dent them in. They're coming back out just fine, but you can, you know, move them around. All right, so let's see. Let's put the last one in here. Yeah, see, this one's kind of a little bent, and I don't want to straighten it up because I really like it, just not so perfect. So there you go. I mean, I think the Joy would have been just as cute in there, letters of any kind, you know, like, or, you know, maybe the tree and a snowflake in the center. I don't really know. I just kind of thought these trees match these little baskets so perfect. And sometimes I just like stuff to be kind of elegant looking, kind of, I guess, a good word. All right, so let me see. And I've got something over here, y'all. It's like maybe the number on the side of it was like the canvas number, and it's kind of showing through. So let me put a little bit of chalk paint on it to kind of cover up those letters. That was driving me nuts. Okay. Manufacturer's number or something on it. Okay. So we're going to put this tree right here. And that's the side that's... And because this is so wiry, I am going to probably kind of have to smush it on one side. Let's see. If I had two of them. I think I like the two on here. Little base, and it'll kind of go down about halfway in there. I do have in my those no, they're too big. Okay, let's try this. If anything else, I can just get another one out if we don't like it. Earlier I was able to put it down in there. by twisting it. There we go. Okay. Y'all, me and my power tools. Alright, so, I mean, I don't even think I need to put any glue down in here, and I don't think I am in case I ever wanted to put it back on its original block or whatever. Something changes, or maybe if I go to put it up, and so, and it's, I mean, it's, I can't pull it out. I mean, I could if I tried really hard, but, okay. So I'm going to try to glue this, and I'm probably going to have to smash it. I'm going to find the prettiest side because I think I'm going to have to slightly dent it for it to set on that shelf. The very bottom bristles are going to have to set down. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. I like this side. So I'm going to have to smash these bristles in the back just a little bit. But then I'll maybe re-fluff it up once I have it on there pretty secure. Oops. Make sure I have another glue stick because I'm going to really pour the glue to this because I'm not going to glue it at the top. I'm going to let the wire and the base hold it straight up. Okay. And even this is kind of still poking out, but the tree pokes out a little bit, and so do the tobacco baskets. So, but the other base just, I mean, it was really, really out there. And plus, these have little round pieces on them, and I wanted this to have something a little round on them. I almost wish now I would have taken those out and put like a little birch piece around the bottom of those, but that's just me sitting here nitpicking. Hey, Miss Pam, only when she's not working or running around or helping paint and repair walls. She also works. Do you craft all day? I wish. That's why somebody was saying earlier they tested positive for COVID, so she and her husband are fixing to relax for 10 days at home, and that would be the only good thing. If I was not sick, just test positive, I could stay home and I could craft all day. We just craft. We just do it live all day. Y'all be so sick of me. Okay. But yes, I do. But I only work part-time. But I do have several other side projects that I do. Okay. Y'all, I am loving this. I'm going to kind of bend my tree just because I kind of want it to curve into the... Remember I told you I don't want it straight? I kind of want it to curve into... Let's see. My bristles are trying to make it go away from the wood. Give me just a second. I don't think I pushed down on it hard enough. I think I pushed down on the bottom more than back on the board. So let me do that more. Okay. A really cute little rustic messy bow, and when I mean the messy like we did last night, but only use like burlaps and jute, and don't really put any colors in it. I think would really, really, really be cute. I'm late here. Hey, Aunt Nancy. No COVID. Don't even say that. No, I don't want it, but I'm just saying that would be the only positive is we could stay home for 10 days. Why are you being so quiet, Julie? Nobody can hear way over there. Okay. A real a lizard. Are you scared of lizards? Yeah, see, girl, I'm not scared of lizards, spiders, anything. But now a snake, on the other hand, I don't do snakes. Even those good snakes, people call good snakes. What, are you trying to save it? Okay. No. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to figure out how I got to secure this. And it is not wanting to be my friend. What if okay, I'm going to take this back off again. And instead of like having to touch all this hot glue, because I am not going to want all this mess on here, I'm going to put a Jenga block on here, which will bring it back up off. And I'm thinking because this little birch piece has like the birch bark is kind of not coming off, but it's not really so much stuck to the wood. Okay, let me put a Jenga piece on here that'll bring it out away from the board. And then I won't have to smash it, but I want to get one of these little natural pieces, the dark pieces. I think you would see. And if this, by chance, I could see, I could just whitewash it like the rest of it is. Okay. And if I put two on each side, see, I really don't want to see it. But if it could cradle it somehow. Hold on, y'all, I'm still thinking. I'm waiting on here. I'm with you on those snakes. Don't like me. Yeah, and they're always like, oh, this is a good snake. They bite you. I'm not worried about dying from when you see a snake. I'm not worried about dying. I'm worried about them biting me. All right, let's try this Jenga block and see if that's gonna be any better. It's like this bark on this little fake stuff, and maybe it's because I'm trying to glue something round to something flat. I do not want to have to put any glue in the tree part, but you never know, I may have to. Okay, I think that may be what I have to do also. Maybe if I can put this Jenga block in here, put this, that'll give it something to, no. Gosh, if this Jenga block was just a little bit shorter. Do I have any of those little blocks left? All right. Okay, we're gonna make this work. Okay. Let me separate it again. Like it's not wanting to go down. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. Put this in here. We're getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. Just have to give me a second. I put two Jenga blocks, side by side. instead of one on top of the other. Because I think if I have something to help me put it to the board somewhere around the tree, I really didn't want it to. I wanted it to be freestanding, but I don't think the bristles are going to let me do that. And then I'm going to put a Jenga block down there, and I think this is so wide that you'll barely be able to see the Jenga block. And then stick that little piece down in there. I think we're going to be rocking with that. Let me let this dry really good. I have to make it work. Just glue it and clamp it overnight. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't think it's even, like, I definitely don't know what I would clamp it to. But, it's the tree that it's like the bristles are making, it's not letting it get really too close. But what I did was I did two together where this is straight into the tree, and so if I glue it right here, then not only will it stick down here, it'll have support up here too. Now if it'll just glue to this tree. Come on, little gluey things. It's like my glue's so hot, it takes it longer. Okay. All right, now let me put my Jenga block down. I picked up a glue stick that does not glue. If you cut the back side of the trunk off and make it flat, would that work? Yes, that would definitely work. And I have some stems that are flat on the back, but they're like this long. And that would definitely work, but I mean, I'd have to get my... Gosh, I'd be scared Chris would cut my tree. I could always cut some of these bristles. It's not really so much the trunk that's giving me the problem. It's because I want to put it on here. Oh, these things are going everywhere. Like glue. Okay, now see, that's on there. So now if I glue this down, glue this, we'll be rocking. And I'll just have to pull these down where you can't see the little Jenga block. So y'all can't see that in the back. Okay. All right. So here we go, and I've bent the stem. I've bent the stem, sitting here messing with it. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Channel me some Matthew McConaughey right now. All right, here we go. Yeah, gluing something round to something flat, you know, it doesn't always work. At least this Jenga block's on the tree. I should have probably put them all the way up through the tree. If I have another problem, that's what I'll do, because this right here feels more secure on the tree part than it does on the base. Okay. All right, let me give this just a second, because I think it's really already set and gotten hard on that part. This part, not so much, but it's getting there. Okay. Whew, got this all over me. bit of glue off. Okay. There we go. All right. I love it. You can, if you look from the side, you can see the Jenga block a little bit. But I will go back and whitewash it a little bit so it'll at least blend in to the background. So see, you can see it when you turn it to the side just a little bit. But what's really holding it is that Jenga block that I put up here in the back. And I kind of bent the tree, if you can see, a little bit up. So you can still see the fullness of the tree. Even if you look from the side, you'll get how full they are. But I really, really love that. Like a little tree forest. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a... I thought about putting a bead hanger on it. But I didn't know if that would take away from it. Because last night we did like a jute, the bigger jute. I know I still have that piece, so I don't have to get another piece out at the top. So... y'all think the beads would look cuter? Like just a little bead hanger. It looks very good. Lucy, that's what I keep thinking. Cut the birch piece in half. Yes. That would be awesome. So like if y'all do that, I would just probably have to take it completely apart. But this right here, I mean, I feel like if this come completely loose, this is going to hold it up. That worked perfect in the tree. Thank you. Okay, so you think the jute looks very good. I think the jute too, because I think these little beads will take away from it. And I think, I mean, not that it'll take completely away from it, because sometimes having a cute hanger on it would be, is really cute, but, this will still be pretty rustic, and it'll neutral colors too. And the more I look at it, I mean, I'm not saying a bow would not be really cute. I could put a little bow here and cover up some of this, just a real little neutral bow. But I like it, kind of the rustic little thing that it is. And anytime you use jute of any size except this big size, last night I learned that, I usually use a Jenga block to secure it on the back. It just gives it a little bit more stability as far as staying on. If you're putting something on the back, a jute block, not this big what we're working with now, but especially if you had a little tiny jute like this, sometimes can just, it's holding a lot of weight and it's going to completely rely on all your glue. But if you take, once you glue something this size or even just a little bit bigger than this, take your jute block and either this way or just across it, glue it all the way across, and it'll give it a lot of stability. But with this big jute right here, the glue really soaks into the jute. And so, let's see. I think I'm gonna want it right there. Yeah. I have to be kind of careful. It really soaks into this thick jute, and this is just from the Dollar Tree. You get 3 yards of it. If you're only doing just, little projects, just a couple of projects or even one, do not go buy the big roll of this. It's like almost 20 bucks or $15, and it's so much it would take you forever. I mean, I have a ton of it back there left, and I've done several projects with it. So it's just a little bit bigger than this, but this really is a perfect little size to do it. I'm gonna use this to kind of help smash it down and get, with this big like this, the glue just soaks into it. It does so well. And you really don't need that Jenga block. You could still use it. You probably couldn't go straight across, but you could put 2 on either side just give it more things to glue to. But like I said, it soaks up this glue so well that with the big, you really don't need it. Okay, now we're gonna guesstimating on how I want my one in. Y'all know I don't measure anything. I mean, if it was something that I really had to, depending on lines and angles and all that, I would, but this. Okay. I don't want to rush this glue, but I want to smash it down good. Get all the glue in it. Soaked up from the board, and this raw wood takes hot glue really well. Okay. And like I said, I think that a bow, a natural, neutral color bows would be really cute. You won't want anything that brings in too much pattern and all that, because I like these real muted colors. And to me, it looks just classy, and as my daughters would say, bougie, just like it is. You know, just a little bit like this. The back is extremely, extremely ugly, but the front is really, really cute. And I think we are safe to hold it up. The beads would have been cute. This would have been cute, because the beads were just a whitewash beads too. But I think that is really, really, really cute. It's kind of like a little tree forest. And I love the little baskets, the little tobacco baskets. So thank y'all so much for watching and sticking with me. And just like last night, I may say we're going back to doing a fall, and I hope we do. But I just happened to go to Hobby Lobby, and I had this stuff just out that I still have not went back there and put with my other Christmas stuff. So I was just dying to do it. But y'all have a good rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow.